Hola, mis amigos. I am back. I survived Mexico, or should I say that Mexico survived me? Actually, I should probably put it this way. After the damage that I did, our friends across the border there, they're gonna be giving it a second thought if they should be giving away sangria at such an affordable price. In all honesty, I'm so happy to get some sunshine, to get some vitamin D, and just to enjoy the beach. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm feeling relaxed and recharged and ready to attack the markets once again, which is why I'm bringing you this update video, because there's 2, 3, maybe 4 major things that are going down right now in real time that we have to talk about. As I started filming this video, the President of the United States, Donald Trump, the leader of the trade war that went to a drug war, but now it's back to just calling it a tariff war. Well, he has a big update on everyone related to reciprocal tariffs. Then apparently while I was gone, the president of Argentina had his own crypto meme and rugged the entire country. And then also Elon's up to some pretty interesting things. So I'll be giving you the skinny on all of those situations. And then I want to give you some really quick breakdowns of the major things you need to know for the upcoming week, because it looks like it's going to be a fun one. I hope that sounds good to you. If you enjoy these types of market breakdowns, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and you should be doing that anyway if you love sangria as much as I do. So with that being said, I'm happy to be back, my amigo. Let's rock. Now, let me very quickly add a little bit more framework to this conversation by explaining how things concluded last week. Trust me, it's all connected. Dow closes more than 300 points higher as Trump holds off on imposing new tariffs. And we had individual equities such as Nvidia and Apple and various other ones looking pretty good. But it's all about what's going on with tariffs and reciprocal tariffs and this idea of a trade war. So that was the big news of really not only last week, but the last handful of weeks. And it's going to be the big news of the upcoming week. So when that all happened, a little bit of a mixed bag situation. Yes, Nvidia looking super good, Apple looking pretty good, Meta will not stop rocking. I mean, here, even though the intraday action maybe not as exciting as you want it to be for the SPY and the Qs, hey, congratulations, SPY hitting a new all-time high, taking out the previous high of 610.78 by about 21 cents. And even though the Qs didn't hit a new all-time high, we got very close, about 50 cents away. So obviously that's going to be on my radar this upcoming week. Now, this is kind of a confusing day to actually be filming this video because the equities market was closed today, Monday, in observation of President's Day, but the futures market was kind of open. And just to show you how things are kind of going through this half-day trading session, Bitcoin trading just below 96,000. You have the S&P 500 up slightly, the Nasdaq up slightly, and then you have the small cap sector also all putting in small green gains. So you might be thinking, all right, what's actually happening here? What are people doing? What are they trading on? And it's because of the newest update related to the trade war, tariff war, also calling it the war on drugs. But this is from the President of the United States, Mr. Donald J. Trump himself. I should very quickly add that this is hot off the press breaking news, so I very much hope you're watching this video in time. On trade, I've decided, for the purposes of fairness, that it will charge a reciprocal tariff, meaning whatever countries charge the US, we will charge them, no more, no less. I think from a game theory perspective, this is a very interesting play because he's basically saying, hey, if you don't want a bad tariff, it's all in your control. If you don't charge us a tariff, we won't charge you a tariff. As we've all come to expect, he didn't stop there. For the purposes of the US policy, we will consider countries that use the VAT system, I believe that stands for value-added taxes, which is far more punitive than a tariff, to be similar to that of a tariff. So basically, he's closing out one type of loophole where they're like, oh, it wasn't really a tariff, it was just in the VAT system. He's like, nope, we're going to treat those as tariffs. And if you keep reading, he's actually even talking about closing another loophole where goods get sent through one country to another country, obviously, once again, to avoid tariffs. It is fair to all. No other country can complain, and in some cases, if a country feels that the US would be getting too high a tariff, all they have to do is reduce or terminate their tariff against us. There are no tariffs if you manufacture or build your product in the US. Pretty straightforward, but obviously going down this particular line of thought, if you will, of nope, bring production back to the US. And for the crescendo, for many years, the US has been treated unfairly by other countries, both friend and foe. This system will immediately bring fairness and prosperity back into the previously complex and unfair system of trade. America has helped many countries throughout the years at great financial cost. It is now time that these countries remember this and treat us fairly. A level playing field for American workers. So there you have it. the next update in the seemingly never-ending tariff-related saga. At this point, just for this, and I do have other things I want to get into, but let me know your thoughts in a comment below. Do you think that this is a smart move? And then also, do you think it's bullish or bearish for the market? And I'm kind of delineating between the two because I think there are certain things of like what's fair, what's not fair, and then there's another thing of what's going to be the immediate impact to not only the market, but also our pocketbooks. So like I said, let me know in a comment below. And now moving on in somewhat of a related pocketbooks fairness type of segue here, Elon Musk is not backing down with Doge. So over the weekend, and I believe the first account that called this out was Zero Hedge, of saying,
hey, do you actually even know how much gold is in Fort Knox?
And then Elon responded, he's like,
yo, what? I think I might be able to look into that.
And now we have Elon kind of clowning on the whole situation, looking for the gold at Fort Knox, and it's gone. Now, at the point that I'm filming this, I want to be completely honest. I have no idea if the gold is there, isn't there. I wouldn't be surprised at this point in time if something crazy is going on, but I'm really, really curious if this particular narrative is going to take on a life of its own. Do you know how big of a deal that would be if we just found out that all of a sudden the gold at Fort Knox is just not there? It's magically misaccounted as seemingly a lot of money and value for our overall government is. And to be clear, it does not stop there. Seemingly every day, every half day, gosh, every hour, it seems like Elon and Doge and someone else kind of in the government or related to the government is finding out another absurd form of government waste. In reality, it feels like they're just taking our taxpayer dollars and lighting them on fire. So here's what's going down with Social Security. According to the Social Security database, these are the numbers of the people in each age bucket with the death field set to false, as in not dead. Do we really think that there's 121,000 people who are between the ages of 160 and 169? Do we really think that there's 1,000 people between 220 and 229? Do we really think that there's a person out there between 360 and 369? As he's joking, are they vampires? Are they werewolves? What are we doing here? I hope that this is just poor code, a poor code database management, something along those lines. I hope that there's something reasonable to explain this, but I have to admit, especially the way things have been going, not the best look. Just another example of how our money as a US taxpayer, they're just shoveling it into a fire pit, seemingly non-stop. And that brings me to the next money pit. Man, I am getting so good at these segues. Malay stumbles into crypto meme coin scandal before a US trip. If you don't know who I'm talking about the president of Argentina, Javier Milei, who we got some problems. Javier Milei risks impeachment after endorsing a $107 million Libra rug pull. Libra, newest meme coin to hit the market, apparently being backed by the president of Argentina, and now people are angry. The Libra meme coin scam inside the presidential pump and dump that led to a $4 billion crash. Obviously, this is how meme coins go, so I think it's my duty here to tell you guys to be careful, but I need to shed some light on this particular narrative. It is wild. Late Friday night, prolific social media user Javier Milei directed followers to a site that purported to raise money for small businesses in Argentina using crypto. Folks, this wasn't just a thought to be associated with the president of Argentina. It was a tweet. It's on the screen right now. Funding small Argentinian businesses and startups. That's from his account. He pinned it. Obviously, since then, it's been deleted. But this argument of like, oh, was it him? Was it not him? We know it was him. It's just, okay, what else was going on? Half a world away digital currency entrepreneur Hayden Davis. If you don't know who that is, I didn't know either. Apparently, he's well known in the world of meme coins. He was even on the show with Dave Portnoy. I'm going to be circling back to that in 1 second. Entrepreneur Hayden Davis saw the value of Libra token, so-called meme coin he helped launch, begin to surge. Its market value flew past 1 billion, 2 billion, all the way to 4 billion, and we can get out of, I guess, those pointless middle details of any meme coin, because you know how it all ends. It goes up and up and up until it doesn't, and then it just absolutely nosedives. The events are now subject of an internal government probe. Prominent members of the crypto world are pointing fingers at each other as Milei tries to recover from a political black eye. The whole situation is wild. You gotta listen to a portion of this clip, once again, between Dave Portnoy, who's not only involved in this saga in the interview, he has some money. Apparently he's still up. I guess he got in early, but the $100+ million in question of where is it? Wild answers.
Question is what to do with money that's not mine, I'm never claiming it's my money. I'm not running off with the money. I have no desire to run off with the money.
Whose money is it? That's what I don't. I think
The most awkward response ever. Whose money is it? Is it the president of Argentina's? Whose wallet are you controlling, man? And dude, what? This is crazy. I thought we saw the peak of insanity, degeneracy, just idiocracy when it comes to the world of meme coins. And it looks like we were only in inning one, because day after day, I'm just more and more just jaws on the ground, folks. Obviously on this, CoffeeZilla is already doing a big research piece for this. So I'm sure in a couple days, if you just hold your breath, be a little patient, he's gonna have even more wild details. But the initial thing's coming out right now, folks. What a freaking crazy time to be alive. And good news for all of us, it's not slowing down anytime soon. So on the screen now are all the major macroeconomic events for the upcoming week. So the market was closed as I'm filming this for Washington's birthday, aka President's Day, aka the day that I'm flying back from old Mexico to get rid of this hangover. But then tomorrow, Trump will be speaking. The time is currently undecided, so pay attention to that. FOMC meeting minutes, and then we get some PMI numbers later this week. We're also in earnings season. I would say the ones that you probably care about the most are at the end of the week. We have Alibaba, Walmart, Unity, Wayfair, Block, Rivian. So I'd be paying attention to those. And obviously I'd be remiss to not say the best company of all time, Old Texas Roadhouse, reporting after the market closes on Thursday. You're definitely going to want to set an alarm for that one. And just to, I don't know, I'm a nice guy. I'm in a giving mood. I have too much vitamin D and serotonin in my system right now. So I figured I'd also give you the seasonality for the upcoming week, just a thing to consider. And over the past 5 years worth of data with respect to the SPY, remember, February as a month does favor the bears, but when it gets to the weekly view, it gets a bit worse. The week we're coming into is actually one of the most bearish weeks of the entire year, followed by 4 more additional bearish weeks. So I'm not saying that it has to be bearish, but I'm saying this time frame over the past 5 years has definitely favored the bears. And then you might be thinking, well, what if we look at a larger time frame? Maybe the last 5 years doesn't really cut it for you. Well, if you look at the past 20 to 30 years, yes, the second half of February from a seasonal perspective is still bearish. Now, this is by no means a guarantee. This data is just saying, hey, how have we done over every single February for X amount of time? So it's not a guarantee. It's just this idea of, okay, do you have supportive tailwinds or are you running into headwinds? So I find that to be a bit bearish, but I also know if you look at the stats of the SPY and the Qs and the Russell, when you hit new all-time highs, the stats go like new highs beget new highs. So those are both kind of like, well, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? We're getting a mixed earnings season, so that's a bit confusing. So really all comes down to what in the world is Trump actually going to do about tariffs and reciprocal taxes and all that good jazz. Make sure you are paying attention to that. Highly recommend turning on your notifications because you never know when you're going to get a piece of breaking news that changes everything. So I wish you best of luck for the upcoming trading week. I hope you're ready to stuff to the brim your tendy bag, and I hope to see you in the live show, obviously this week, Tuesday to Friday, 9 to 11, every single day we can trade together. That's what I have for you. I appreciate the good vibes. I'll catch you later.
Adios.